Hello. Today we are going to examine desert meerkats another time. This time we're going to learn about informational text and we're going to understand what it takes to become a persuasive article. And so in class, you've heard me explain genre. And genre is a type of story or a type of book. And some genres that we talked about before was folktale and biography, but today we're going to talk about expository text. Um, Expository text often contains text features such as headings or bold words like illustrations and photographs, captions, maps, charts, diagrams, or timelines. So we're going to look closer at desert meerkats and determine if it has any of those features. And then we're going to do a close reading on the first page. And when we do the close reading, remember that's where we read carefully and we pay attention to the details. And the purpose of the close reading is not just to summarize or find the main idea. Close reading requires us to analyze and evaluate what we read to make decisions about the genre and the story structure. So, citing text evidence is using evidence or examples from the text to support your answers. Explain, just like we did in class where we were doing fact and opinion, we were analyzing the words. We were close reading for details to determine fact or opinion. But today, we're going to determine the story's structure and if there's any persuasive or convincing statements that are trying to change our mind or get us to believe a certain thing. So let's read the first page together again. And we'll do a close reading to decide, is this a persuasive article? Is it trying to convince us to feel one way or to believe something is true? Let's read. Meerkats live in the deserts and prairies of Southwest Africa. They have cute, pointed faces and tiny ears. Black patches of hair surround their eyes. They are adorable little creatures. Some people even tame them. They keep them as pets to kill rodents. Most meerkats live in the wild, though. It can be very hot in the places where meerkats live, but they have a smart way to avoid the heat. They burrow tunnels in the ground. They use their strong claws to dig the tunnels. Just one of the gang. A group of meerkats is called a mob or a gang. In the morning, the gang goes out in search of food. Meerkats are very social animals. They work together to find food. They like to eat insects. The insects can be found in rocks. While searching for food, the meerkats are out in the open. This means they are in danger of being hunted. Large birds can swoop down and snatch them up. Jackals can sneak up and attack them. But some meerkats are sentinels. They act as guards. First, the sentinel finds some food to eat. It eats until it's full. Next, the sentinel stands up on its hind legs so it can look out for enemies. If anything tries to sneak up on them, the sentinel shrieks loudly. This tells the rest of the gang to run and hide. Then the gang moves on to the next place to search for more food. It is a very smart system. These adult meerkats are about 12 inches tall and weigh about 2 pounds. So what tells you that this is a persuasive article? What tells you? To answer this question, I think you have to know about the elements of a persuasive article. I know that a persuasive article states the author's opinion on a topic. This author is writing about meerkats. In the first paragraph, the author uses the words cute and adorable to describe the meerkats. And in the second paragraph, he uses the words smart to describe them. I also know that in a persuasive article, the author supports his or her opinion with facts and examples. So in the second paragraph, the author explains the meerkats escape the heat by digging tunnels in the ground. So they burrow tunnels in the ground. They use their strong claws to dig in the tunnels. So later on, the author points out that the tunnels help keep the meerkats safe from predators. So let's look at the photograph down here on page 6 as well. These adult meerkats are about 12 inches tall and weigh about 2 pounds. This photograph shows 5 meerkats standing on their hind legs. This helps me understand what they look like. In the caption down below, that tells me that adult meerkats are about a foot tall and weigh 2 pounds. That information right there is not in the article. And you can use information in a caption if you're looking for evidence to answer a question. So let's reread the heading on page 7. This is a heading. Let's reread it. Safety in numbers. What does it tell you about this section? It tells me that in this section, it'll probably be about how the meerkats stick together in a group because it's safer. Next, we're going to go to page 3. We've already looked at this page before when we were discussing Kafka's Discovery and folk tales. They always have a lesson and animal characters. An example of that was the 3 little pigs. We could also put Kafka's Discovery in there too, if you want to fit it. I wrote too big the first time, but Kafka's Discovery is an example of a folk tale. And then today, we're going to add desert meerkats to the chart. Desert meerkats is an example of an expository text. An expository means information. So if you go down below, right below biography, expository is an example of desert meerkats. And the key characteristics for an expository is it contains facts, and it also has features like headings. I'm going to do a comma, photos, comma, captions. Those are just some examples of an expository text. And we'll add more stories and examples to this chart as we read throughout the year. Thanks for attending today's lesson. I'll see you soon.